Okay, hi everybody. Thanks for watching. All right, so Yulia and I had planned to go live on Facebook, but the Facebook fairies were not letting us. We had a lot of technical problems, so the show must go on. So we switched over to here, and I'll be popping it in, and it's not live, but it's what we're doing. So hi everybody. My name is Jeannie Colwin. I'm a health and wellness coach in Los Angeles and the Breathwork Boss. I'm really excited tomorrow. So today's Monday evening. And tomorrow, 1/12, which is also a full moon. I'm sorry, new moon tomorrow, which is the perfect day for new beginnings. I'm doing a 3-day stress detox, which is a free training. And Yulia is here, my friend and colleague, because we actually are doing, so I'm doing 3 days with you guys, live training, all recorded, if you can't come live. And Yulia is joining me on Saturday for a bonus day for moms. So we have so much to talk about. So first, of course, I'd love for you to introduce yourself, Yulia. Who are you and who do you help?
Thank you, Jeannie. And I will just say that you are my breathwork boss. And I have been participating in your breathwork classes for over a year now, and it has been completely transformational. I'm somebody who struggles with anxiety, and I have executive function issues as a result of my ADHD. And I am a coach who works with kids and families to help them develop systems that they need to navigate and manage themselves and manage their anxiety. So I think that's why you and I go hand in hand so well, because one of the systems that I help parents and families and kids to develop is a really reliable way to take care of yourself and to regulate your nervous system, because from that foundation, that's where we get to design the systems that are going to help us to navigate challenges and obstacles. So that's what I do. I'm an executive functioning coach, and just very simply, that means how to get stuff done.
Yeah. I think between the two of us, we've got like over 3 decades of working with kids and parents and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So this is really exciting. So our intention for coming on here, well, live for Yulia and I and streamlined, is we want to make our Saturday masterclass or workshop as interactive and as valuable and impactful as possible. So we're going to talk a little bit about what we're planning on sharing. And then of course, if you have questions you'd like for us to address, or you want us to go deeper, actually give us a real world example of something you're struggling with, we would love that. So I work with a lot of moms as well. And in these COVID trying times, I keep telling my clients, right, there's no book on how to do self-care during a quarantine, right? And how to find time during a pandemic, because even a year ago, the options that we had are limited now. Before, you could drop your kids off at daycare, have the neighbor, or a nanny come by and watch the kids. We had a lot of options. And I think right now it's forcing us to be more creative and also be more gentle and nice to ourselves, because we're not going to do it as well as we thought. What are your thoughts, Yulia? Are you seeing that families are like, well, this is what I used to do, I don't know what to do now?
Yeah, not to mention everyone's kind of stuck indoors together, and the chaos levels are increasing. The screen time is increasing, and there's either a lot of avoidance going on or a lot of conflict because we're sharing space. So this is specifically for those moms who need some creative ideas for self-care, but ultimately we want to power through these myths, these limiting myths that people have that, that are stopping them from making themselves a priority and for setting up really reliable ways to take care of yourself. And if you're somebody who was used to going to the gym or having your kids at school for a certain amount of time, right? Now, if you're working from home, the usual structures that existed for you to take care of yourself, they might not be there anymore. And your stress level may be so much higher now. So how do you take care of yourself? What are some of the tools that have worked for you? What hasn't worked? So I want any moms who are listening to this or after to post in the comments, what are some ways that you might feel guilty about taking care of yourself, and what's stopping you? What's stopping you from making yourself a priority?
I'm just going to pause for reflection. Yeah, what is stopping you? And we're going to kind of bust through there. Yulia and I are kind of like the dream combo of, it's like the Zen and the accountability. And I can be very gentle, and I'm an empath, but I'm also going to call you on your BS, right? And so does Yulia. I mean, we're together like powerhouses. And we've really learned this from our own insight and our own, like, this comes from me and Yulia. Like, we'll have conversations where we realize, wow, I think that's a limiting belief, or I think this was going on. But what I really see here and what I want to emphasize, and Yulia is such a good expert with the systems, okay? And systems are what we need right now. How do we get through unprecedented times that, like I said, there's no book on this, there's no documentary I can watch on this. So it's the systems and the strategy, but huge part, which she's also an expert and so am I, is the mindset. And Tony Robbins, 80% of all your success, you guys, of all the results you want, 80% is mindset. Okay. And it's 20% strategy. So we need to change the beliefs that we have. Like Yulia was saying, some of these myths of like, I can't take care of myself until my kids are taken care of. Have you heard that before? Like, do you believe it? Like, I know moms that do, and there's no judgment. We just want to help you because we know it's holding you back. So that's kind of one of the big ones. Yeah. What do you think about the whole mindset and how that?
I think that's the most important place to start when you're changing a habit, because whatever the internal story is that you tell yourself, whatever belief you do have about something, that's going to manifest in your actions, right? Mm-hmm. So we're not about forcing past resistance in order for you to do something, right? We're about finding your flow and designing a life for yourself that allows you to reach your goals, but without kind of beating yourself up, without feeling the shame or the guilt. How do you really figure out what's really important to you? What are your priorities, and how to put yourself at the top of that list, especially for parents, because what we'll be addressing on Saturday, by the way, the workshop's at 10 o'clock, right? 10 a.m.
Yes, 10 a.m. Pacific
time. Yeah. And we're going to be on for about an hour.
Yes, with Q&A at the end and everything. Mm-hmm.
So one thing I wanted to mention is a comment that we received in your group, in your stress detox group, from a mom who said, oh my gosh, yes, I need more self-care. And she said one of the things she'd like for us to address is, how do you regulate yourself as a parent, especially when you've had a really long day, right? How do you stay calm with your kids? Because kids know how to push parents' buttons, right? Mm-hmm. And so one of the things that I want to talk about during our Saturday workshop is looking out for those triggers. Triggers are highly recurring, they're highly predictable, and it's up to you as a parent to understand what are your triggers and figure out how to address them in a way without reacting. Right. Mm. So a lot of times just staying calm and noticing your triggers is a way to de-stress and to reframe your kid's behavior and notice, what is my kid's behavior communicating to me? What is my body communicating to me? What does this headache mean? Or what if I have tension in my neck? You know, your body is constantly communicating to you. And if you can fill your cup and take care of yourself, if you can have a good positive relationship with yourself, where you have self-compassion, where you can tune into yourself, you're going to find that it's easier for you to tune into your child and to meet their needs and to calm them down. So one big thing that I talk to parents a lot about is co-regulation. And
tell us about this. This is like, I love talking about this. Please share. Yes.
What's really, really cool about our bodies is we have a built-in system for co-regulation. And that means that if we can stay really calm and regulated, truly be at peace, even if our kids are having explosive tantrums, you having the ability and really reliable ways to regulate your nervous system in those moments allows your kid to settle down and calm down. And what's really cool is our brains have mirror neurons. These are smart neurons that reflect our intentions, our emotions, and our behaviors. So if your kid sees that you're truly calm and regulated, they're going to follow your lead, and their neurons are going to start to reflect yours, and you're going to help them build and wire their nervous system for more calm. Now, just knowing that that's happening without you doing anything Just knowing that, that's powerful, because that will allow you to trust that just showing up and being present in the moment and being calm is enough. You are doing enough, and that your child needs a really, really safe space to express themselves. You need to observe that behavior and help them to co-regulate with you. And the more you practice that, and more reliable techniques, which that's what we'll be talking about, right? What are some of these really reliable techniques that you can use in those moments as a parent? That's going to go so far in preventing a lot of your stress before it even happens.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So much good stuff. I mean, a lot of you guys know I was a high school Spanish teacher with classrooms of up to 45 for a long time. And you can, complain and just say like, oh, well, it's just too stressful. It's too much anxiety. I have to be, as the teacher, right, knowing that I knew about co-regulation and the nervous system and matching. If I show up all stressed out and then the kids are just going to match that because they, and so my brain's going to say, oh, it's okay, Jeannie, like you're stressed. You can, what? No, but if I know, I mean, we can argue with the data, right? But this is science. This is how it works. So I know we just have like another minute because you have to go, but I just wanted to say too, like these triggers, you guys, at a deeper level, these triggers are your teachers, right? Your kids are your teachers. And the other thing, of course, too, is that we're never really angry about what we're angry about, right? If our child leaves the milk out, right? Of course, yeah, we don't want that, but it's that they don't appreciate me, that the belief about money, like where does money come from? It's so much deeper. And so if we stay at like the superficial level, right, it's like, this is the inner work. So
Yeah.
there's much more to unpack, and we're really going to dive deep in the how on Saturday. This was just a little bit of an intro and to get some excitement, and feel free to share this video with anyone. And we're going to put the link to sign up and share with your people, because the more people that we can influence, I mean, this is such a needed thing right now that, especially for parents, especially for moms, for all of us, right? So we're really excited to bring this to you. So any final thoughts, Yulia, before we wrap up?
One of my favorite things, Jeannie, I just want to mention before we go that you and I talk about is learning self-care is a discipline, right? So it's not only that you shouldn't feel guilty about putting yourself first, but you actually need to prioritize the self-care as a discipline. It is a practice, and you need to experience it consistently in order for you to have those benefits. So what we talk about a lot, Jeannie, is I'm not going to be able to learn how to swim or learn how to ride a bike just by watching somebody do it. I can't learn it by reading about it. I can't learn it by talking about it. I have to do it. I have to show up and make it happen and keep doing it. Sorry if you could hear some of the construction noise.
Oh, no.
But that's what I wanted to say, that if this is resonating with you and you're saying to yourself, oh my gosh, yes, I need to prioritize myself and take care of myself and stop feeling so guilty and stop beating myself up, then show up. You have to show up. And once you're there, it's going to feel really, really good to do this work. It's going to feel fun. It's going to feel joyful and creative. And you're going to immediately start to feel better. And what I like to say is, if you can bring out the child in the adult, you can bring out the adult in your child. Your kid wants you to have more fun. They want you to be more playful. They want to collaborate with you. They want to get along. We are wired to get along. We are wired to work together and collaborate and solve problems and to help each other. But if you're showing up to that interaction stressed out, if you don't have energy, if you're not playful, forget about it. Your kid's going to want nothing to do with you. Your nervous system is going to be so constricted. They're going to feel that, and they're going to want to get away from you as far as possible. So bring out the child in you to bring out the adult in your kid.
Yeah, and this experience, these 3 days together, it is all about experience. I did not want a boring presentation of slides. I want you to get in there. The excuses, I just want to point something else. I'm going to go there, because the excuses about not having the time or the money, let's just call them out really quick. It's $0 to join this amazing training. So you can't say that you can't afford it, because it's $0. And the time, even if you can't come live, everything is sent out during replay. So if you're going to be honest with yourself, which I had a friend of mine tell me, I'm kind of scared to do it. I would rather you be honest. And if you're scared, then good. Because Yulia and I had this quote that I said this to her one time, and she's like, write this down. I'm just going to finish with this. That if I'm not making you uncomfortable, I'm not doing my job, right? So if you come to a training and everything you already knew and it's easy peasy, you're not growing, right?
Love that.
Yeah. So I know it could be a little bit scary. We're going to talk about why that's good that you're scared or nervous, but you need to do this. So thank you so much. I am so excited, Yulia, for our presentation. What do we call a master class? I think it's going to be a master class that is going to live on forever. So thank you
And it's
so
going to
much.
be really interactive, and I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Okay. Any last, I think we already did our last comment,
we're
right?
good.
We're good.
So I'll see you Tuesday.
All right. Bye, you guys. See you soon. Thanks, Yulia. Bye.